There's nothing quite like the start of a new season. The pitch is at its greenest and most fresh. The supporters are excited for the promise of a new campaign ahead, and you go through the preseason trying to get your team ready, figure out who's going to play where, what your roster is going to look like, and then when it's all over, you finally take a look at the roster rules. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of Bottom to the Top. I'm your host, Mr. Cellophane, and if you like what you see today, make sure that you smash that like button and get this video out to as many people as possible to ensure that we provide you with as much Football Manager 24 content as we possibly can. As you can see, we did make a change to our tactics and our formation, which was very successful for us, winning 5 of the last 6 friendlies and going unbeaten in those 6 matches. We will take a look at that in just a minute. However, we also ran into a situation as we were looking at the roster rules. So we decided to go with a 4-3-2, take advantage of the height and defensive dominance of our back line. It does leave us a little weak on the outside, I will admit, although Ben Hamed and Corbin have done amazingly well so far. However, you'll notice we have a new goalkeeper. Well, he was on the roster, Van Gils, but Old Man River, we're not able to use him. Why? Because the roster rules have come into play. We need a minimum of 2 under-21 players in the match squad. That is not an issue at all. A minimum of 9 players trained by Young Reds for 3 years before their 21st birthdays. We do have a bunch of them, but to make sure that there is 9 in the entire match squad of 18 is a bit challenging. 12 of those players need to be trained in Belgium for at least 3 years before they're 21. Not a problem. That's fine. Pretty much everyone on the squad is either a full Belgian national or has dual nationality and has been in country for quite some time. Where we are running into some issues is we are allowed to have 1 player over the age of 23 and 0 goalkeepers over the age of 25. And that is where we have the issue because our vice captain, Davino Verholst, is 35. He played so well for us in the preseason. He really is head and shoulders our best goalkeeper on the squad, but unfortunately, he's unavailable to us completely. So he'll be there in training. He'll be there for emotional support. We'll have him on the sideline. Maybe make him a coach if we can sign him down the road. Who knows, but that is going to be the challenge. We also were very excited because we had a news item come across our desk to find out that our assistant manager is going to be going off on a coaching course. So we thought, what a perfect time for us to ask the board for that coaching course they didn't grant us when they hired us. They must be feeling in a generous mood. Surely they would absolutely, positively want us to be as successful as humanly. They've rejected our request. They've rejected our request because they agree with our reasoning. They simply need our presence at training right now. This is our current manager profile. We're really not doing a lot to help training. But then I remembered something that I did hear in a real life situation. We've all heard the story of Will Still, and he was managing a club in Belgium, and he needed to get his coaching qualifications, but there was nowhere in Belgium he could take those classes. He had to commute back and forth to France, and I guess that the team just wants us to do that when we have a little bit more free time and we're not getting ready to start our first season. It hasn't been all bad, though. Our board did approve us adding a set-piece coach, so we hired Alexis Yell on 425 pounds a week. A little bit outspoken, but a high level of discipline, and our set pieces immediately took a jump for the positive. We weren't doing anything with them before, so having that dedicated coach is really helping out. We were also able to beef up our recruitment team. We still have one scout, left to hire, but the advert is out there, so hopefully we're going to have some candidates rolling in soon. And we have a medical staff now, which has been fantastic. So far, no major injuries, knock on wood, in the preseason. Hopefully the regular season, we're able to keep our players as healthy as humanly possible, because again, roster rules going to be a massive challenge for us. On the recruitment side, we haven't really added any players, although we do have some goalkeepers on loan just to be on the safe side, because Van Heels is, well, he's raw, and he's pretty much untested, because again, we didn't really prepare for this, which is absolutely my bad. First coaching job, you're going to have your little hiccups here and there. But for the most part, we're going to be getting our team from Royal Antwerp FC, who, by the way, is the reigning champions in the Jupiler Pro League. So hopefully we can get some quality youngsters in from the big boys. And with that all being said, we thought we had our starting lineup set, but apparently the big club needed some of our players for another match on the same day. So therefore, Abderraham Amal, Anthony Valencia, Kobe Corbijn, all unavailable for this match. So more changes having to be made. Here is our starting 11 for our debut match against Olympic Charleroi. It is going to be Mathis Van Gils in goal, a back three of Benjamin Alou Issa, Vanden Bosch, and Sofiane El Mazad. Ben Hamad is going to be on the left wing back position. Michael Davis is going to slot in on the right hand side, with a midfield of Robbie Doms and Dorian Desailly, with Susi and Peter Van Hees leading the line as we break out our brand new 5-3-2 formation for league play for the first time. Let's go. It is a beautiful 64-degree night at Herman van der Poorten Stadion, also known more colloquially as Lisp. So I think it's Lisp or Lisp. That is a very large person sitting in that wheelchair in the stands. Starting with it is Olympic Charleroi, as they're going to move it around outside of our box here in the 7th minute. Gay is going to drop it back for Kamardine. I apologize in advance if I mess up any of these names. I do not speak any of the official languages of Belgium, which are French, Dutch, and German. So I'm going to absolutely do my best, especially with the opposing team, because frankly, this is my time, my first time getting my eyes on them, as Daman has it near the byline, dropping it back. Doms is going to intercept, throw it up the wing. He can't find his man, as Casabas will play it towards the right-hand side. Cote, he's going to drive it from about 30 yards out, and that's going to miss everything. So first shot opportunity that we have seen in a highlight. First two shots of the game going for the opposition, Olympic Charleroi. They've got control again, feeding it forward. Can't find Kamara. Vanden Bosch up ahead for Doms. Desailly finds Van Hees. He's going to throw it back behind the defense. Susi is in, but backtracking. They're going to get there, but it's a tough tackle. They've blown the whistle. They've pointed to the spot, and an opportunity for Young Reds to go up 1-0 just over 11 minutes into this match, as Vanden Bosch lines up over it, gets it through the hands of Morricone, picking up his first goal of the year, first goal of the season for Young Reds, and it is 1-0 to the home side early on in this first half. Gotta watch those final third throw-ins. Kamara's going to get it, plays it to Cote in the middle. Shot on goal, and Jeffrey Jesquier is going to score his first, and Olympic Charleroi, 3 minutes and change later, is going to equalize this one at 1 apiece. Those deadly final third throw-ins, I thought maybe they fixed that for FM 24, where it feels like it's almost an automatic goal. But Jesquier, from just under 30 yards out, blasts it home, beats Van Heels to tie this game up at 1 apiece. Olympic with 4 shots on goal to our 1. The only shot we have managed so far was that penalty attempt by Vanden Bosch. Free kick opportunity in quite dangerous position. Dalmani will lay it on the ground to Kamara, who is going to drill it in from 25 out, right around the edge of that half moon on the 18-yard box. And we may need a new goalkeeper. Van Heels, the shot went through traffic. He dives to his left, but he can't get his fingertips on it. And just like that, Young Reds down 2-1 as we move to the latter stages of the first half. Just a couple of minutes left. Davis will throw it in on the near side. Susi with it will retreat, drop it back for El Mazad. Van de Bosch for Alou Issa, up to Desailly, dropping it back. Alou Issa, left wing side for Ben Hamed. Looking forward for Van Hees, but Travail is going to step in front of that one, and Olympic Charleroi is going to regain possession. Chote ahead. Dia finds Kamara, dropping it back for Cote. Again, I'm probably not going to decide on how I'm going to pronounce these names. As Damon with a shot from range. This one is going to go over everything. But in the final minute, we are throwing it forward and turning it over to Olympic Charleroi. Gesquier in for Dia. Damon with a clear shot. He's going to hit the woodwork. It'll be cleared by Ben Hamoud and moved away to safety. We're going to hit the half with the score. Olympic Charleroi 2, Young Reds 1. We did manage 2 additional shots in the late going of that first half, but we're losing the possession battle, and we are losing on the scoreboard 2-1. We're remaining positive. No changes have been made at the half, as Penin is going to throw it in his third. He's going to turn it over, though, to Davis. In the middle, he's got Desailly with some room in front of him, pushing it to his left. He's going to shoot from range, and he is going to score. Dorian Desailly picking up his first goal to equalize this one at 2 apiece. Davis with the interception, throwing it into the middle. Desailly with room, nobody to his left, so he decides to go to his left foot, beats Morricone to the near side post, and is able to put it home. And its score is now 2-2 as we are bouncing back at home. It's been my experience so far in FM24 that the first couple of games of the season tend to be a little on the rough side as you're ironing out some kinks, getting new guys into the squad, maybe trying out a different formation. But after that, things tend to settle down if you are a decent team and you're able to find success. Ben Hamed, what a play in. Susi heading it down into the ground, beating Marconi, but also missing wide. A fantastic opportunity. Ben Hamoud with a beautiful delivery toward the far post. Unfortunately, Susi unable to make anything happen with that. In fact, Susi is having a not so stellar debut. So we're going to bring on Degalé is going to come in and take his position. Hasn't gotten a ton of action in the latter portions of the preseason. Antwerp did send a number of players down for extra conditioning and some playing time, so we did oblige the parent club quite a bit with that. We can make a total of 5 changes, by the way, out of our 7 subs, but our team overall has been playing very well. Van Heels is going to send it long. It'll be knocked down, but Desailly gains control in the middle third. Plays it to Ben Hamid, swept away by Kamara, but Ben Hamid able to get that back. Alou Issa in the middle. Zanan dropping it back for Van den Bosch. Looking right wing. He finds Davis. Davis in stride. Cutting it into the box. Into the middle. Van Hees taken down by Vanderbeek. Van Hees is going to earn the penalty, and it's an opportunity in the 90th minute for Young Reds to take the lead as Degalé steps up to the penalty spot and drills it home down the middle. Gwendal Degalé with his first goal of the season, coming in off the bench. Marconi diving to his left. Degalé just putting it in the spot that he had just vacated. And we'll see if there is any additional action in the 3 minutes that were added on by the 4th official. Of course, with the penalty, they added a tiny bit of extra time to that. But when all is said and done, a good bounce back victory for Young Reds to start the season. 3 points that we honestly weren't expecting at the half. We were down 2-1. We were getting beaten in all kinds of statistical categories. The only one we weren't beaten in this game was in the XG. It's easy to have a nice high XG when you get 2 penalty opportunities, and Zito van den Bosch and Gwendal Degale took advantage of theirs. Dorian Desailly with a beautiful goal in the 50th minute as well to give Young Reds the first victory of the season and a great start to the campaign for our young Nick Bottom. We are trying very hard to improve the general happiness factor around the club. Our team cohesion is average but improving. Club atmosphere also improving, not too bad. Poor managerial support, however. We do have a couple of players that oppose us in Malik Keita and Anthony Valencia. Now, Anthony Valencia doesn't think that we are being not supported enough. And he's also generally unhappy because he agrees with the teammate that he thinks he should be getting more playing time. The only problem is that teammate is Al Hassan Yusuf, and he's a teammate on the Royal Antwerp FC side and not on Young Reds. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do about that. But we can't worry too much about that because we have a quick turnaround just 3 days before we head south for our first away match of the year. We are heading to La Louvière, to the Stade de Tivoli. And we do have a few more players available to us we did not have before because we do not have a match conflict, which means we are able to get Malik Keita into the squad. Abdurrahman Amal, we're just going to call him Amal, I think, from here on out, is also in, and Anthony Valencia going to take the spot. Leading the line is going to be matched up with Gwendal Degale, who drilled a penalty shot late in the match to give us the victory. We're also going to be taking one of the other heroes of the match, Dorian Desailly, out of the squad, which gives us the opportunity to start Bjorn Engels and really solidify that back three. So it's going to be Van Heels in goal, Engels, Van den Bosch, and El Mazad as our back three. Ben Hamed on the left wing back. Corbin is going to slot in on the right. He is also available for this match. Keita at the base of the midfield with Zanan and Amal ahead of him, with Dejale and Valencia as our striking pair. We are becoming more and more familiar with our 5-3-2 tactic as we have to give Valencia a number. You know what? For being such a pain in the butt, 55, that seems fairly appropriate in my eyes. So we are going up against 5th place, La Louvière. We're currently sitting in 4th in the table. A win today could propel us back to the top, which would be an excellent place for us to be, starting off this young campaign as a brand new manager in the 3rd tier of Belgium. I can't believe we got a job in Belgium. Van Roos with the set piece, just a little over 2 minutes in for La Louvière. Looking back post, he's going to find Maxence Maisonneuve, and Maisonneuve is going to pick up his first goal of the year as Van Heels looked lost at sea. We were looking at other goalkeepers. We realized we have absolutely no ability to sign anybody because we are well over our wage budget, thanks to the fact that we are carrying quite a hefty load from Royal Antwerp on our roster. So we had also brought in a number of youngsters that we might be able to loan in, but I guess you can't loan a player internationally until he's 18, and everyone we had in was 17. With the transfer deadline looming, I don't think we're going to get anything done. Nice steal away, played ahead for Engels off of the set piece. Valencia is up, but he is currently on an island, so we'll drop it off for Corbani, sent forward. He had Valencia offside, so that's going to trickle in harmlessly on Van Hamel to gather that for La Louvière and end the threat. But another one for La Louvière as they set up for a set piece. It's Van Roos once again, just outside the box. It's going to nick off the side of the wall, beat Van Heels, and he's got 2 goals on the season, and it is 2-0 La Louvière. We have not even played 10 minutes. Who is the poor unfortunate soul? That was Van den Bosch. Got his head on it. Unfortunately, it deflected in a way that Van Heels was just turned around and he couldn't do anything with it. We really need to step it up. 3 shots on goal, 3 shots on target, 2 of them finding the back of the net for La Louvière, and we currently find ourselves in 9th place on the table. The media predicted us 16th, so 9th isn't super bad. I mean, there are 34 matches, I believe, in the season, so we do have plenty of time to turn it around, even if we can't make anything positive happen in La Louvière. And as we trickle down to the end of the first half, it has been all La Louvière. 6 shots on goal to 0 for Young Reds. Again, getting off to a very slow start in the match. Hopefully we can pick things up. 61% of the possession went La Louvière's way. So we have a lot of work to do as we move on. We told them that we're doing well and to keep working until full time. That seems to have maybe lit a fire under the butts of the Young Reds players. We have managed a shot on goal, where La Louvière has not yet through the first 15 minutes of this second half, but a shot on goal and a shot on target just is not enough. And as we tick closer and closer to 20 minutes left, our striking pair is just not doing the job for us. So Van Hees is going to replace Desjardins. Susi is going to come on in place of Anthony Valencia, who has just not had a very good game. Our entire attacking squad is really falling by the wayside. Adam Zanon is going to move back into... no, we're just going to take him off. Robbie Doms is going to take his place as we make 3 changes to try to shake things up, roll the dice a little bit. The only 2 shots of the second half have come our way. Nice block by Corbiny. He's going to come free with it, throwing it forwards. He's got Susi, dropping it back for Corbiny along the near sideline. Susi carrying it forward, playing it in the middle. Amal, and Amal's got room in front of him if he hurries. Plays it over to his left, finds Dieter Van Hees, and Dieter Van Hees gets one back to half La Louvière's lead. It is now 2-1. Young Reds just over 74 minutes into this match. Excellent passing. I mean, Amal maybe could have turned on the speeds a little bit, taken it himself, throwing it in the middle, though, inside the box to Van Hees, who had a clear shot, beating Van Hommel to his right to put us on the scoreboard for the first time in this match. And scoring on our 3rd shot of the game, much like La Louvière did. In fact, La Louvière completely shut down in this second half offensively. They haven't even managed a shot on goal, but I think we are going to run out of time as we encourage the team with just a couple of minutes left to go, and it is going to hit the final. La Louvière 2, holding serve at home, beating Young Reds by a score of 2-1. La Louvière only managing a single shot in the second half. We managed to get off 6 after not registering 1 in the first half. So not a great start to the match. I think we ended a lot better. Dieter Van Hees getting off the schneid, opening up his season account with a goal in the 75th minute. But unfortunately, Young Reds falls 2-1. Well, a 1-0-1 record isn't so bad considering our initial impressions of the team when we first got a look. We're going to run through the rest of the month of September, come back for October action with home matches against Hoogstraten and an away day at Winkle Sport. We hope to see you then. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you know when the next bottom to the top video is going to be posted. We may even sprinkle in some other FM24 content. Have a couple of ideas in the works. Not sure if we're going to be able to make any of them work, but hey, if you don't subscribe and have your notifications turned on, will you ever know? Thank you very much for your support, your eyeballs, and the time that you spend with us. I look forward to seeing you next time with more action from the Eerste Nationale. That's the 3rd tier in Belgium to those who don't speak football. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.